Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. New Delhi-based kitchenware startup Cumin Co has cooked up fresh funding of $1.5 million in a round led by Fireside Ventures, with Huddle Ventures also participating. The health-first brand, founded earlier this year, is already profitable and has reached more than 7,000 households with its patented toxin-free cookware. The new capital will help scale R&D, ramp up manufacturing, and roll out over 80 new products by the end of the year, with innovation at the core, including its proprietary Enviromax enamel coating. The firm is aiming to disrupt India's decades-old kitchenware market and expand its community to over 1 lakh households in the next 12 months. Joining me now to discuss this further is Niharika Joshi, the co-founder of Cumin Co. Niharika, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. You know, you are building a brand that is helping India kick off its journey to healthy kitchenware, right? If you could sort of take us through the gap that you're trying to address and what do you have on offer?
Awesome. Thank you. First of all, very excited to be here. Honestly, the reason why we started Cumin Co, and this is started by me and my husband together, is honestly very, very personal journey where we were looking for a healthy cookware for our own families, for our own little one. And we figured that a lot of the cookware in the market currently has an extremely high amount of toxin. Sadly, in cookware, because it's not visible, one tends to consume all sorts of stuff, PTFA, PFOA, all sorts of stuff, which is there in Teflon. And that's exactly where we come in as a brand that we are trying to solve, to genuinely build toxin-free, healthy, no chemical, sort of ridden cookware. And that's kind of what our aim overall as a brand is as well.
Sure. And, you know, Cumin Co has now raised $1.5 million, led by Fireside Ventures. How do you sort of plan to allocate this funding between R&D, manufacturing, and market expansion?
Yeah, so I think Cumin's sort of core as a brand essentially is we are a very innovation and R&D driven. We have 3 patents to our name at this point. So a large share of the investment is actually going to go into further R&D. We have 2 more sort of patents that are in the pipeline that we are hoping to convert very, very soon. A part of this will also go in expanding manufacturing. We have a very sort of large scope of expanding the entire portfolio from a current 40 plus to about 80 plus by the end of the year. So it goes there. And the last bit of it goes in overall channel expansion and market building activities.
Sure, and you've already sort of reached 7,000 households in just a few months, right? You launched earlier this year. So what kind of strategies will help you now scale to your next target of 100,000 households within the year? Because that's a big target and December is almost here, right? So you're currently present only online. Will you also look at physical stores?
Yeah, so I think in terms of what we are trying to do initially as a brand is we're trying to focus on the online market. There's a huge amount of focus and attention there. In all fairness, we believe that the next 1 lakh customers will come in from insights from the 7,000 that we have already. At the core, we are a very, very data-driven organization, which means we have a very clear sense of who we are selling to, why we are selling to. And this is the level of perfection in terms of just kind of reaching out to the audience and giving them exactly what we need. That is helping us unlock more and more households. In fact, from the time that we started, we were looking at a very modest number, and we are already at 7,000, and we are looking to close festive at probably a substantially higher number than we have in mind. In terms of our channel strategy, like we mentioned, we will be online heavy for the first 1 year. And then gradually, once we have got a very clear sense of our entire product portfolio, have understood what a PMF looks like, then we definitely look at expanding across the offline channels as well.
Sure. And, you know, your Enviromax enamel coating is at the heart of your innovation, right? How is it different from traditional non-stick cookware, and what makes it sort of safer?
Yeah, actually, interesting question. And that was actually one of the things we were trying to solve as a brand as well. There are a couple of different things if I were to kind of compare with what Enviromax has versus what is traditional non-stick. Non-stick, by the way, is a feature, not necessarily a coating. In most cases, that coating is something which has chemicals like PTFA, PFOA, PFAS. All of these are forever chemicals. Once they are in your body, they're not going to be leaving it, right? So we were building out our coating. We were very clear of the fact that we don't want to have any of these chemical compositions. And hence, we wanted to go with a coating type, which is fundamentally very, very healthy and does not include any amount of toxins, which is the ones that we mentioned already. Enviromax has 2 nuances to it. One is the fact that none of the sort of usual suspects in terms of what comprises a non-stick surface is part of this coating, which actually is the major USP of this product. Second is we've actually custom made this coating for Indian cooking. Indian cooking is aggressive. Indian cooking is very acidic high. And all of these nuances kind of make sure that this enamel coating is kind of sturdy enough and durable enough, which is the reason why we're able to kind of extend 10-year warranty to our products as well. So both in terms of the chemical composition and in terms of overall durability, those are the nuances that we've kind of incorporated into this coating that we've developed.
Sure. That's interesting. And, you know, another thing about the company is that it's been profitable since inception, right? Which is rare for a young consumer brand. So what's sort of driving this early profitability, and where do you hope to end this year, considering, you've got the festive season coming, you've got big targets, so where do you hope to end this year?
Yeah, so I think for us, honestly, the ethos is less burn or no burn, and make it as sustainable as we can. We still, even with our funding, we continue to run our business as frugally as we did before. I think that's kind of reflective in every single thing that we do. We are very deliberate with our choices. We just don't go ahead and expand. We just don't do marketing because we feel like marketing is the right route to do. I think very, very deliberate, conscious, thought-through choices is the reason why we are profitable and continue to be so. In terms of where we are looking to close the year, this is our very first festive. We started earlier this year, so I think we have a lot of hopes pinned on what we plan to achieve. At a broader metric level, I think we are hoping to be probably 2 to 2.5x of where we are in terms of our revenue. And in terms of a product spread, we are looking to probably increase it by 2x by the end of this year. So these are some sort of soft metrics that we are aiming for this end of this fiscal.
Absolutely. All right, Niharika, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. And we wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much.